Hey Kaiju fans, so today I'll be doing a review on the Godzilla 2000 Millennium Edition prototype. This is manufactured by X-Plus, crafted by the one and only Yuji Sakai. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this figure did not actually appear in any Godzilla movie. This was a prototype that was crafted by Yuji Sakai, and then from there the Millennium Edition Godzilla was created. Alright, so first take a spin around the figure itself. So this figure is approximately, I'd say about 16 inches long, give or take, from the head to tail. It is predominantly a dark gray color with some blue spines, and the toenails are shaded, I would say kind of a tannish gray. So certainly with all these X-Plus figures, you're always going to get a terrific paint job and a great representation of the original craft itself. So I think a few things to notice here is, obviously the departure from the previous Heisei Godzilla films to the 2000 ones. Definitely sharper dorsal fins. It would appear that he actually has more layers of fins than maybe the Heisei version. I would say that it's a little bit more reptilian look just overall. I think maybe that was sort of the intent from the makers of the film, just because the Heisei Godzilla is more, I would say, massive, and this one's a little bit more kind of bent over. It would probably be similar to what you would consider like a dinosaur kind of look. So I think that's probably what the show and movie creators were looking for. So the skin, it's relatively similar to other Godzilla skins. If you kind of look on the front, pretty prominent nodules that are kind of representative of the Heisei Godzilla. That's a very stylistic thing. But I guess as you maybe look more at the arms and the leg area, and let me just zoom out just a moment here, there's a lot more crevices, I would say. So it's not a continuous sort of, I guess, little nodules throughout the body here. We're kind of looking at sort of different layers and types of skin depending on where you're kind of looking at the model itself. All right, so let's take a quick look at the feet here. I think you'll kind of notice, and I've noticed this myself, that the feet are proportionally pretty huge compared to the rest of the figure. And I think this is maybe a creative change coming over from the Heisei Godzillas. Yeah, it's very reptilian looking. You got this kind of toe appendage, if you will, that goes off to the side as opposed to kind of moving forward. So that's a kind of an interesting little quirk. But nevertheless, yeah, the feet are unique, and certainly as a prototype you can create some interesting products. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the actual 2000 Godzilla that appears in the movie, and granted these are not manufactured by the same company. Obviously the one on the left is from X-Plus, and this one is a Bandai sculpt. But I think you can kind of see how each of the figures are replicants of each other in a way, in that the green one here still has kind of the interesting, I guess, legs and toes, as well as it keeps sort of the prominence of the dorsal fins, as you can kind of see here. They very much are sharp and stand out, but I think in the ultimate decision, in the final version, the dorsal fins really come out very prominently, even more so than the prototype, which is maybe a little bit more biologically accurate, if you want to call it. And obviously the color schemes were changed, probably due to creative input from the director and the writer and the cinematographer. I think one other difference here is that if you look at kind of the teeth on the real version, they kind of stick out more so than the one on the left, which is the prototype. The one on the left is a little bit more, I guess, again, more biologically accurate, whereas this one's maybe a little bit more extreme in the mouth area. So another benefit of getting this directly from X-Plus is that this is a Rick Boy exclusive. So there are some lighting features on this figure. And I think if you've seen some of my other videos, it's quite simple how to sort of attach a light feature. There's a little sort of receptacle in the back of his leg here, which I will pull out. and then you have essentially a battery pack. Put this right side up, see it, with four AAA batteries. And all you got to do is take this little cord, plug it all the way in, and yeah, let's fire this thing up. So, yep, here's the cool light feature of this particular Godzilla. I personally think it's one of the best representations out there because number one, you have these terrific dorsal fins that are really prominent, and aesthetically they look pretty legitimate. They don't look non-biological or whatnot. They definitely stand out, and when you look at them pretty closely, they do have these really kind of sharp edges, and that really kind of adds some contrast to the rest of the figure. And then on top of that, you also get a light feature for the Godzilla gills, which I think we always assume that Godzilla sort of breathes through his mouth, but I guess perhaps in this prototype they were trying to go for something a little bit different, so they actually had gills, and in this particular case they light up this kind of nice red. So I think it's a great little contrast to see the blue in the back and sort of his breathing apparatus, if you will, in the front. All right, guys, yeah, so that was kind of a quick review of this Rick Boy exclusive Godzilla 2000 Millennium Edition prototype from Yuji Sakai. Hope you liked it, and if you did, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, and please head on over to KaijuKingdomCollectibles.com. We sell a variety of other Godzilla related products, and hopefully as a fellow fan we can help satisfy some other fans' desires for the king of the monsters. So until next time, take care.